Imagine opening your phone right now. You've got group chats, hundreds of followers, and a best friend you text every single day. But what if you were permanently sent back 50,000 years into the past? No supermarkets, no indoor plumbing, and winter is arriving tomorrow. Could you survive if you only trusted the people who shared your DNA? If you ran into a total stranger in the wilderness, would you fight them, ignore them, or try to be their friend? The problem. If you were dropped into the ancient world, your very first instinct would probably be to hide with your family and trust absolutely no one else. Strangers meant danger, right? They meant competition for your very limited food. The real reason may surprise you, but isolating yourself with just your blood relatives was actually the fastest way to get your entire family killed. Think about it. If a drought hit your specific valley or a massive predator moved into your territory, your family was entirely out of luck. You had no backup, no emergency contacts to call. You were on your own. Why it was a huge challenge. What happened next was even worse. Tribes that refused to cooperate with outsiders simply vanished from history. They went extinct. You see, hunting a mammoth or surviving a brutal ice age isn't a one-family job. It requires a massive network of people working together. But how do you team up with a stranger when there are no laws, no police, and no money? Trusting someone outside your family went against every primal survival instinct you had. If you trusted the wrong person, they wouldn't just unfriend you on social media, they would literally steal your dinner and leave you to freeze. The biggest hurdle and how we solved it. But this wasn't even the biggest problem. The biggest problem was communication. How do you make a friend when you don't even speak the same language? Your ancestors had to invent a universal signal for "I come in peace." They did this by inventing the concept of the gift. It was the ancient version of buying your buddy a beer and expecting them to get the next round. One hunter would cautiously hand over a shiny rock or a piece of extra meat. If the other person accepted it and offered something back later, a bond was formed. This was the birth of mutual aid. It meant, you share your extra berries with me today, and I won't let you starve when winter comes. Instead of a cozy bar, it happened in terrifying, pitch-black caves. Surprising facts. Things get even stranger when you realize these early platonic friendships literally changed the physical shape of our brains. Making friends outside your family was a superpower. It prevented inbreeding. It allowed for the exchange of new tool-making tricks, gossip, and survival strategies. Just like how the discovery of firelight turned us into campfire storytellers, the discovery of friendship turned humans into a global superpower. Your ancient ancestors were building massive social networks that spanned hundreds of miles, thousands of years before the internet was even a spark of an idea. What modern people get wrong. And here's the part nobody talks about. We constantly picture early humans as savage, selfish cavemen who only cared about their own survival. Pop culture makes us think prehistoric life was a constant us versus them bloodbath where the biggest, meanest guy won. But modern anthropology shows us the exact opposite. We survived because we were friendly. Survival of the fittest didn't actually mean survival of the strongest, the fastest, or the most aggressive. It meant survival of the most cooperative. The friendliest humans lived the longest. The big lesson and ending. So the next time you feel a sudden, unexplainable urge to text your best friend just to check in, or you feel a fierce sense of loyalty to someone you share absolutely zero DNA with, take a second to appreciate it. That isn't just a modern social habit. That is your ancient biology firing on all cylinders. You are continuing a 300,000-year-old tradition of survival. Your ancestors conquered the harshest, most terrifying environments on Earth, not because they had the sharpest spears, but because they were the very first species to realize something beautiful.
Sometimes the family you choose is exactly what keeps you alive.